Yep.
All right, what's up, guys? Friends on an Island, episode 11, here with only Fauci. What's up?
Woo! Uh,
Cheers. We're gonna have our drinks
cheers.
now. Our sugary
Yes, let's go.
drinks. Yours isn't exactly peaty,
She.
but it'll do.
Well, I'm sorry.
How
I'll
much
never be
sugar
able to
does it
kick
say
the
it have?
Celsius habit. Hmm? How much sugar is in this?
Yeah,
None.
well, that's why it's
So,
not good.
well, I don't want to be fat. So,
And that's why you need to study rape heat, okay? Because sugar is good for you. And that's why I'm having a Mexican Coke with pure cane sugar. You know they don't even have these in Mexico anymore?
really? Well, they got the new president. They had to get the slop in there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that is so crazy. Like honestly, if you're a Mexican citizen, there's nothing you can do but like knowing that what was it like 50 other people got assassinated uh before she
That
got
was
in.
insane.
Yeah.
That was insane. I feel like if that happened literally anywhere else, it would have been a bigger conversation, but
Well, that's the
it's
thing. Like,
Mexico. So,
it's even scarier because think about this. Like, Mexico is underdeveloped compared to us, right? But if they still have the power to just outright murder 50 people before they decide which president gets in, that doesn't make me think, oh, wow, we're a lot more safer and we're a lot less corrupt. It makes me think we're so much more corrupt that we're able to do it without murdering people. You know what I mean?
yeah, because we have like the infrastructure to pay people off and like actually give people other benefits and incentives instead of just like, okay, that's it, you're gonna die. Like that's just how they do it in the developing world. Like,
Yeah.
but for us, it's like, here, how much should I add another zero to this check? Is this good? Like, let's, yeah, why don't you just stay where you are? You don't have to run. You shouldn't run for president. Yeah, no, don't think so.
And I'm trying to think now, like, is it more of a problem with like okay, if you had to role play yourself as a Mexican citizen, right? Are you
Mhm.
looking around and are you like, oh, it's really hard to differentiate who's corrupt and who's not? Therefore, like, I don't know, like, do you think it's harder for them to differentiate it there than here, or do you think it's like one of those things where it's like just so hopeless that people just know not to try?
That's that's kind of hard. I would assume they just know it's all shit.
Yeah,
And they probably have realized no one's coming to save them. And that being said, I'm sure they know that all of them are fucked and
yeah,
and are it's not going to be good for them. And I can only imagine what it would be like to be a Mexican citizen right now and then looking at your president being like, yeah, that's who I want leading the country. That represents me and my culture totally 100%. Like she's literally the epitome of abuela, like with her homemade tortillas and everything. She's obviously just so visibly Hispanic that it's like, yes, that's the representation we need so badly.
You know, I saw this thing earlier today, and it was like Pablo Escobar offered to pay the government like some insane amount of billions of dollars to allow him to do whatever he wanted to do, right? And I was thinking, you know what, if they were like, why would they even hesitate on that if it's gonna like because think about it, if a South American country just fully went in with the cartel stuff and just fully accepted it, that would probably make them top 10 like immediately a powerful country in the whole world. Not saying they should do it, but I am saying like why from the logic of them being corrupt anyways, why haven't they? You know what I mean?
I think it's because maybe it's a sort of trickle down American dream thing where they look to the north and they say, "Oh, the democracy, the best thing on earth." Oh wow, I wish we had that. So they're honestly just like high on hopium maybe.
Interesting,
And
interesting.
they
Okay.
just hope that it'll get better and they think, "Oh, well, America is it's a beacon of democracy." That famous phrase. So maybe that's what they think when they look around. I don't think they realize that it's bad here too,
Yeah.
though. I don't think they realize how bad it is here. I think a lot of them are like, oh, well, they have it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, it's definitely probably coming more from a place of yeah, hopium like you said, other than like I mean, I guess it could be like the cartels and the powers that control the countries there uh, are like more afraid of just outing themselves because some other country may do something about it. But even then, like, would Russia or China really feel the moral obligation to attack the country if they like said, "Oh, we're gonna make cocaine legal and produce it everywhere"? Because it doesn't like what is that country like country place called New Amsterdam where they have the red light district? Can't you do drugs there? Like legally.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
can.
yeah, and other countries aren't like, oh, there's they have it legalized there, and therefore we need to like attack them or harass them because people are obviously taking drugs out of that country back home and stuff. Hmm.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's because you had said if you just let the cartels run wild, like you think that they would just make a shit ton of money. And I mean, you kind of have seen that historically in the Middle East with these, dictators who were selling shit tons of oil, getting rich and like getting their country power because they're kind of just the head honcho, like leading everything. But I think it's all gonna come back to like that hopium shit, that Hollywood movie, that Star Wars, we are the resistance against the oppressor. Like that is such a deeply embedded concept in the human psyche that I think really no matter where you are in the world, like people are gonna feel that way and always kind of hate whoever or whatever is leading them. It's
But you know
strange.
what? The case of like dictators in the Middle East, whenever I'm pretty sure it was Afghanistan and Iraq specifically, they were major producers of what was it like poppy seed and heroin or something
Yeah,
like that.
yes. Yeah, they were making a ton of opioids and like drugs out there.
But that was like a net positive for their country. Like it made them stronger because of it. But I guess it was a problem for us and we got involved. Like that was another reason we got involved.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm pretty sure that most of it was getting exported because that's something else with like Africa, with African countries. I know there's like tons of drugs being moved around, but then it's like a lot of the people can't afford to like really get access to the good stuff. Like they can get the
Mm.
freaking crack grade, but there's like kilos of coke flying all over that continent and they can't even afford to do it, but like the transportation's where the money's at and like it enables corruption because of like faction leaders and basically all that sort of shit. And I think maybe that's also why it would be a bad idea for cartels to run wild over here too, even if they were able to bribe other governments to stay quiet because it's gonna cause a ton of like dysregulation for the average Joe living there, just trying to survive, I guess.
Yeah. Now, okay, if you if you were on a boat, okay, and you saw a giant brick of cocaine just floating in the water, what would you do? Because personally, for me, I wouldn't like. Listen, I'm not gonna grab it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm also not gonna report it to the authorities because I have such a large amount of distrust for the authorities now that like if I touched it or something, they'd blame it on me. They'd be like,
Yeah.
why are you in possession of this? We need to arrest someone involved. So you're the first target, and now you're gonna have to, even if they don't technically like make me the main person that did it or whatever, they're still gonna make me like be punished for being involved in the process of them having to deal with it now. So what would you do if you saw
Yeah.
that?
Um, obviously in my mind, I think everyone would love to take it, right? Cause,
Yeah,
'cause like, why not? I mean, you could have a little fun, make a shit ton of money. Like, I'm more thinking about the money aspect here of how much money like a huge brick could go for. That would be really exciting. It would really boost up the savings. But I'm not touching it. I think I would take a photo or a video of it, but I would only send it to like my closest friends and I
okay,
would I would really struggle to not post it on my Instagram story with like a funny song because like that would be so funny to see like a brick just floating in the ocean while you're out on a boat. But I think ultimately you're right. It's not worth reporting. It's not worth taking. Just take it as a sightseeing experience and have enough, appreciation you got to see that.
yeah. Yeah, I honestly, yeah, a year later, posting it on the Insta story or like a TikTok of it, I feel like
Mm.
it would do numbers. So, okay,
Oh, totally.
so you already know I ask a series of questions on this pod, so I guess we'll get into that. Okay, so how many
Yeah.
objects can you spin in your head?
I can spin any object
But
in
how
my
many can
head.
you spin in your head at once? So, like, if you had a red apple, okay, how many red apples could you spin in your head at once? There's no wrong answer here, so.
I know there's no wrong answer, but I know what this is like. I know what this is about, and I've seen the memes of it. I'm thinking to myself, at least like five or six, like probably three lined up, then two behind it, another one. Like if I'm imagining a
Okay.
bunch of apples spinning around, I feel like kind of just in my peripheral, like right, or not my peripheral, but like my direct line of sight. Um, and then maybe I could see more in the distance, blurry, still
Interesting.
moving.
Interesting. So,
Definitely more than one. So
yeah.
that's good.
But like, okay, so go over again how you the arrangement of them. You said three in front and then two behind, or what?
So I'm kind of thinking like a pyramid almost.
Okay,
Maybe like, and I guess I could keep backing up and imagine like five in the front and then four and then three and like kind of a like a beer pong shape
interesting.
of apples and spinning fruits, whichever
Now,
one.
how like if you had to determine like the amount of space they take up in your like okay, let's say your mind is like a frame, right? How big
Right.
is each apple compared to the frame?
Mm,
And what is the
we're
background?
zoomed in pretty close.
Interesting.
Just like black,
Okay,
gray
yeah. Okay.
background.
Cuz
Yeah.
yeah, for me it's definitely black, but it's like darkness black. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's
chalkboard.
like a space vacuum, like infinity, just
Yeah.
nothing, you know.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I would have to say mine's the same, except I think I can view five in a line, right? And
Mhm.
you know it's not that they get worse quality, like it doesn't go from HD to kindergarten drawing. It's more like it becomes more like into the abyss, sort of like where it's like fading in
Yes.
and out, right?
It's less out of focus because like it's whatever's closest to you, you're just gonna see in most detail, and then you know
Mm-hmm.
what that would be your peripheral is like the rows behind each one before it won't be as
Interesting.
clear.
Okay, so I feel
Yeah.
like we're kind of more closely aligned on how we imagine things than like some other
Yeah.
people that I've asked. Like it's a little bit more different.
What have
So
some of the other answers been like?
I mean, like some people like it's more like into like what you kind of said with a gray or like it's white. You know, I don't know. Some
White.
people say
I
that
couldn't imagine it.
they don't even like see anything at all. It's like words. That's what we talked about on the last one. Is like I mean, the last guest he didn't say he saw that, but like other people apparently only imagine things in words. So yeah, it's weird. Okay, next question. Do you take
Strange.
any supplements?
Um, Not at the moment, but I did take creatine for a while.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes if I really need to go to sleep, I'll take melatonin, but I think overall my diet is pretty good, so I'm not like lacking nutrients from my food because I'm not like a vegan retard who just eats like soybean patties, so I'm getting all my
Your
things, veggies,
macronutrients.
meats,
Okay.
fruits. Yeah.
Now you work out a lot, I would say. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, probably like 5 days a week.
So I don't like working out because it hurts, right? So what would you say, or like what time of the day do you usually work out, and like what do you do afterwards to heal from that stress of working out?
So remember, it hurts, but you're supposed to train till failure, not just mild discomfort. That's something many forget.
Okay.
What time do I go? Totally depends on what my schedule is looking like that day. I personally love the unemployed gym hours of like 12 to 2, 12 to 3. The
AM
earlier the
like
better though.
early in the day. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
earlier the better. So I don't love the morning gym, and I think all those people who are like, I'm up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, I'm going on a run, like you're just a fucking homo. Like, stop. You don't get bonus points for doing it at an earlier time of day, so just go when it's convenient for you. And after I work out, I sometimes my gym has like a smoothie bar and they have all pretty solid, just like basic ingredients like frozen fruit, some frozen veggies, protein powder, like whole peanut butter, just like peanuts and salt as ingredients. Sometimes I'll grab one of those, but I always have to eat after the gym or I'll turn into a fucking bitch. 'Cause the gym makes me hungry, so I need to make sure I have eaten beforehand. So also my pre-workout can like metabolize properly, because pre-workout on an empty stomach is gross. And yeah, then work out for about an hour and a half or so, lifting primarily, then smoothie or eat and
Interesting.
relax the rest of the afternoon. No more physical labor after
Yeah.
the gym. That's it for
Huh.
the day for me.
Okay, cuz like for me, I preferably like working out at night, right? Like if it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., that's like my favorite time because nobody's there, but it is so stressful on my body that I have to stop doing it because yeah, I realize if I don't get
That's
enough
bad.
if I don't get enough carbs afterwards, yeah, I become a
hmm
bitch. Like I start getting angry at everything possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've learned that immediately after the gym, I have to eat a whole bunch of cheese and milk and orange
Mm.
juice and peaty things, and then I'm good. But interesting, yeah. Okay, so that's good. You go
Working out,
early.
I will say working out in the middle of the night is crazy, and I know a few people who do this, and only one of the like four I'm thinking of is because of their work schedule and like the way their hours at their job are, like literally like a warehouse job, that it's like, okay, you're literally getting off of work at midnight. I get that, but for people like who are just willingly basically destroying their sleep schedules, I don't get it. All good to you, man. Glad you're getting out there, but fuck, because like for me, the gym energizes me. And I feel like you might disagree with that because you get tired and stuff, but after a while, like you leave there and all of the like endorphins and in the like feeling of accomplishment, you can feel your muscles strong. You're walking out of there, you're kind of like, yeah, like let's get the rest of the day going. So
Even
like I
after
don't know, a
leg
lot of
day.
yeah, even after leg day, you might be walking a little funny, but like whatever.
That's true. That's true.
You
Usually,
know?
like after the 3 hours after the gym, where like your legs are completely exhausted, you kind of like regain function enough to where you're just like whatever. Like this kind of feels good. It's like a good burn.
Yeah, yeah. And then the next day you'll be sore, but you actually get sore the day after that. Like 48
Hmm.
hours later, that's the peak soreness, and then somehow some way you go to bed that night, you wake up the next morning, good to go. Good to go. I don't know what that is, but
Interesting. That's a good
someone
sign
should
of
do
your
a study.
metabolism actually, because uh, I was looking it up the other day. If you get immediately sore after the gym, that's a really bad sign actually, because your body's
Might
not.
be a sign of injury as well. Like
Okay.
strain, injury, not stretching properly.
Oh, I don't
Uh,
stretch. I feel like that's
oh
a
no.
slave thing. Like stretching, you should be able to. The workout is the stretch. If you break, that means you weren't supposed to be doing it in the first place.
Well, I'm not saying like do a whole fucking yoga routine before your workout. I just have to stretch my legs every day because of like I really prefer to do RDLs, and if you don't stretch your hamstrings and can't like touch your toes, your form is going to be terrible because you're going to spend all of your like mental effort. Oh, I got to keep my back straight, but I also need to like get down. And if you aren't stretching your legs, you can't do that. And also, I've just found stretching can alleviate like the soreness of muscles too. It kind of makes them loose because when you work them out, they get tight and they slightly break down, build back up, and now they're tight again. So you have to stretch them before you use them again, or you're gonna like
See,
be in
but
pain.
that's exactly what everyone has ever said, and that's why I'm not gonna believe it. Sorry.
But I used to not believe it too. I refused to stretch. The first like 2 years I was in the gym, I literally was like, that's gay, that's fake, that doesn't do anything, that's a waste of my time. And then I started stretching and my form got better, my strength got better, core strength, back strength.
Can you do the
Um,
splits?
no, I'm working on it though.
Okay, but you can touch your toes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I can like put my hands flat on the ground.
that's pretty good.
Like,
That's pretty
yeah,
good then.
so
Okay, maybe I'll stretch. I don't know. I remember I had a job once where I worked at a
you
rock
had a
wall.
job?
Yeah, well, I know that's hard to believe, but
Scary.
I worked at a rock wall, right? And I remember I told my boss that I was like, I don't stretch. Like that's I was like basically saying that's gay, right? And I
Mhm.
couldn't say that though because this was a environment where I couldn't say that, but I was essentially saying that. And I remember he was like, you could tell he was so pissed at me, but at the same time he kind of wanted to laugh it off because he couldn't tell if I was serious, and it was really funny. But okay, next question. Um,
Okay.
okay, well actually I had one more question. For when you're at the gym, do you drink just pure water or do you have something with electrolytes?
I just have pure water, but I know multiple people who swear by Element is one of them, and the other one, what's that like big, really big hydration pack
I don't
brand? I'm
know.
drawing a blank on the name. I don't know. It'll come to me after this, and I'll be like, "Wow, you're literally retarded." But I know people who swear by the hydration packs and electrolytes in their drink at the gym.
But not you.
Not me, no. I just consume like 2 to 300 milligrams of caffeine and beta alanine, and then just start drinking water.
Would you ever try pickle juice as like a drink for the gym? I feel like I want to do a video
No,
on that.
you should, because I'm assuming you like pickles,
Yeah, I
right?
like pickle
You like,
juice. Yeah, it's
I
good.
fucking hate pickles. It's
Oh,
like the one thing I can't, well, that and sliced tomato. Like chopped tomato, fine, ketchup, fine, pasta, fine, but I don't want no fucking sliced tomato or a damn pickle anywhere near anything I'm eating. But
okay, I kind of get that with the tomato, but like pickles are good, man. Like, and plus, apparently, like you know that feeling of shock you get when you have pickle juice. It that apparently releases like tension in your muscles. So
for me, it's like distress because all I can taste is the fucking pickle on a burger when I specifically said no pickle, and then I'm biting and it's the juice is seeping into the bun, and now it's just all I can taste. Pickles are like peanut butter in a smoothie, where it's like if you have pickles on a sandwich or burger, it's all you can fucking taste. Like
I'm sorry to tell you this, but peanut butter has like it's like seed oils. I hope you know that.
it's seed oils if you buy like Jiffy or whatever and all those weird brands, but they do just have like literal ground up
Still,
peanuts. Or are you saying like
peanuts,
peanut oil is
peanut oil
technically a
is
seed oil?
yeah. Technically
Eh,
yes, and then it's even worse if you get a main brand. So
well,
just
well,
something
it's
to
so much worse. It's so much worse if you get the main brand.
well, yeah,
If you
kinda
get the
yeah.
natural one, I fuck with peanut butter and banana, all right? No one's gonna take that away. RFK can come and take it.
Banana, I'm half and half on because looks maxers say the potassium, deep bloats your face, so it may make your jawline
Mm.
better. But at the same time, like it's not as PD as it should be. But okay, next question. What got you to where you are now? What would you say?
My family.
Okay,
My dad and my family. That's
you're a big family
yeah.
guy.
I'm a big family guy. Call
That's
me
good.
Peter Griffin. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was good.
love him.
That was good.
Thanks.
Okay, what is your when you like lay in bed at night and you close your eyes, what do you imagine is your big picture? Just like for life, your end goal, your big
My
picture.
big picture for life.
Yeah.
Uh, land, a horse, chickens, money, and probably maybe me talking shit on the internet to make money. I don't know.
Okay.
That would be funny. That would be really funny if
That would
that
be
did
good.
pan out that way. Yeah. Because then I can just work from anywhere and I can like literally just whip out my phone and like do my job as like that. That would be awesome because then I don't have to leave the farm with the aforementioned horses and chickens. So it's like kind of just a no-brainer on that.
Hmm. That's a good one, honestly. I have to say mine's very similar. But do you think like when you think of like yourself raising farm animals, do you think you're ready for that?
Yeah, I do because I grew up riding horses. I literally I played a bunch of sports, but the one I stuck with was horses and training horses. Literally, like, were you raised in a barn? Yes. I went to the barn all the time after school. Once
Did you
middle
have to
school hit, it
groom
was
them and
every
stuff?
day. Yeah, yeah, I had to pick their hooves, groom them, bathe
Yeah.
them, like everything. What do you mean, ew? Sounds like you're the one who can't live on a farm. Like
Okay,
I'm
but are
used
you
to
ready
their
to watch
shit.
them? Are you ready to watch them die? That's the real question. Because the glue factory might come by and you might need some money.
fuck your glue factory. I don't. I'll go give them some Elmers. Like you, literally, no. My horse will live a happy long life. But if a tragic accident happens, I accept that because I have had horses get injured. Like horses
Mm.
I've owned were injured, and I could no longer compete on them because of their injury. So,
Did you
and
have
we
to put
have
him
sold
down
them.
yourself though?
No, you just sell them off as like a trail horse or companion horse because they can't really do
Is that
anything.
what your
But
parents told you? They're like, "Oh, he's gonna be a trail horse now. Say goodbye."
well, that's what I know to be true because
Oh,
I
okay,
am
okay.
still friends with all the women who bought my horses on Facebook and I still get updates. So maybe they just cloned them and sold it to the glue factory, but I'd like to think not
It would be
because
funny if
that's
like
sad.
your parents just paid off this person to like pretend like the horse is still alive for the rest of your life. You're like 50 years old, the horse is still somehow alive according to this person.
I'm like, oh my God, I remember him. And I'm like, wait a damn minute. Mm.
Wait, wouldn't that horse be like dead by now? Oh no, he's still doing well. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh
they live for about 30 years also. I was gonna say that too. So like, yeah, they're gonna die, but like I'm gonna be getting up there too. So
that's true. And
yeah.
the person that your parents paid off would be like insanely old too.
Yeah, and then maybe like the dementia would kick in, so I'd forget about the horse too.
Yeah.
So
And then the
I'll be
horse
fine.
finds you and is like like you forgot the horse but the horse didn't forget you, and then it's like really sad.
Oh, like those tiger like mountain lion videos of like the guys who like
Yeah.
raised a mountain lion and then they bring it back and it's like ah!
Yeah,
Oh,
I would never do that. I would not trust an animal to remember me like that, especially a
fuck
lion or a
that.
monkey.
Not a mountain lion. Are you fucking no, no. The chimps that like rip out
Yeah.
people's eyeballs? No
I would
thanks.
not trust one of those things ever. If I already don't enjoy my life half the time, why would a monkey enjoy being involved even like 5%? Like it's going to rip my face off for even like the
Yeah.
things that I show it that exist, it will probably hate me for. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and then you like have to have them wear a diaper in the house too. And like, I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to change an animal's diaper. Like it's like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? No. And then they just like run around, like fuck with all your stuff. Like, why do people even buy monkeys? I feel like monkeys and those big cats are just a way for like rich Saudi Arabians to show that they have money. Because it's always a damn Saudi. But
Yeah.
it's the Russians with the big bears, which I think is just like a cultural thing.
Okay, but you know
So,
what? I have seen a account on TikTok that has a puma as a pet, like puma, right? And then they have it in the
mhm.
woods, and they raised it with a dog, so it kind of acts like a dog, but it will like jump across trees and stuff. And I
Kind of
think I would get one
scary.
of those if I had enough land, because it would be cool to like train him to kill other predators. But I don't know.
Well, you'll say that until your dog is bleeding out on your porch, I
Yeah,
guess. You know, that would be kind of shitty.
it takes only one time for it to play rough for like everything to go wrong, you know? And I
Yes.
hate those videos where it's like, even with dogs, I hate the videos where it's like, oh, the dog realizes I had a baby. Look at it, like how it's like comforting the baby. It's having its maternal instincts, and then I get it, and I think that's real, and I think that's cool in the right circumstance. But like, there is at least 5% of those that instantly get jealous that there's now a baby in the home that's getting way more attention than the pet, and I would be
hmm
so afraid of that happening.
I saw a video because like I get like mom stuff on TikTok. They're like, "Oh, yep, she's in that age group. We should show her this."
Yeah,
And like people say that you shouldn't get a puppy with your partner. Like if you're moving in with them and you're on track to like be starting to think about kids, all have said, I've seen this like multiple times. Everyone was talking about it on TikTok that like the puppy will still be a puppy and playful and have all those little needs of like playing and walking and attention. And then you're going to bring a baby in, and then the dog is going to become an annoyance to you. And you're going to get annoyed that the dog needs to go out, and you're going to be bothered and just basically distracted from the baby by the dog. But I will also say, when I was a baby, my male dog at the time, he loved me. His name was Jake, and he was just always kind of like around me. And I don't think it was a jealousy thing. I mean, he let me put like party hats on him and like I paint his nails. He was just a very sweet, patient, like older dog, and he definitely fucked with me. Like my
okay,
mom
that's
always
good.
says, when I brought you home, like Jake was right there, and so I think there's some truth to it in some situations, but yeah, there's definitely someone's definitely like, "Oh, my sweet pity, my sweet pit bull." All right, let's check back in with you in a few months.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, exactly. It's always the pit bulls, bro. Okay, what is
Always
your theme song if you had to pick one song? And it's okay
my
if you can't
theme
think of one
song.
off the top of your head. If you can't pick one specifically, tell me like what genre it would be.
That makes things easier. Uh, Probably like some Nightcore remix of early 2000s pop music.
Interesting. That's an
Yeah, I
interesting
like
answer, honestly.
yeah, like hyperpop, hardstyle, Nightcore remixes. Honestly, some like scene core stuff. I know like all the artists are like super faggy, like homo men, but like they're also just like I'm sorry, like they're putting out heat and I can't like sit here and be like, I'm not gonna listen to that shit. Like, no, I'm gonna fucking bump that. Like, Barely Human is one of the like artists I like. I something like that. I don't know why. I just love that music. I listen to it every day. So,
Okay, interesting. Now, see, like I've been listening to Nightcore, but like this is even next level cringy. But I listen to the covers where it's like a duet, where it's like a guy Nightcore and a girl Nightcore, and then they sing the song together. Have you ever heard one of those? And it's a
I
cover of
don't
like a
think
popular song usually. And
I
I
don't think
listen to
I
those.
have. Is it like a slowed version? Like a slower
Mm-mm.
Nightcore?
Well,
No,
it's
so
kind of
it's
like a slower,
fast.
yeah, slower Nightcore, but it's still Nightcore, you know?
I know what you're talking about. I don't really have any of those on my playlist because on I have YouTube Music, okay? I finally broke down and bought it because I was so sick of the ads and all I watch is YouTube. I've canceled my streaming services. I have nothing. I literally just watch YouTube. And so I got YouTube Music and I already had a playlist of Nightcore and related songs. And then I got YouTube Music and now it's just fantastic. And I
So
have a night
YouTube Premium is worth it, is what you're telling me. Because you have to have
yeah.
premium, right?
Yes, Premium
Nice.
comes with the music app, which is really nice. I didn't even know that till I was like, fuck these ads, I'm buying it. And then it was like, welcome to YouTube Music. I was like, I can actually enjoy my Nightcore playlist now. Let's go.
Huh. Okay, because like I've been considering it, but I saw something. It's interesting you even say that because I saw something within the past 24 hours where it was people debating whether or not it was worth it, and half the people said it's not worth it because it's all features they used to have. You know?
In some way, yes, I would say YouTube Music was never free, was it? I
Well,
didn't think it
like
was.
all the little features that add up to it, like being able to use ad block, because you know
Oh,
now it
like
slows it
downloading
down.
videos to watch offline.
Yeah, watching it
Was
in
that a free
the
feature?
what is it called? Not downloading it, but well, technically yes, because you could put it into one of those YouTube downloaders and download it. Now they have like so many of those blocked, but you could
Oh,
do
yeah.
the what is it called where you put it in the corner, like picture in picture. They banned that
So
from the free version.
that was my final straw. You just unlocked that because I used to always say, okay, what's fine? I can keep the little thing in my corner. And then
Yeah,
if I need full screen, I can swipe it over and do what I'm doing quick to get back so it doesn't pause. And then I'm pretty sure it was like what they did was it used to be a very small rectangle up here, and they made it like
way
for the
bigger.
ratio here, they made it a lot bigger and they also cut down the time where if you swiped it to the side with the little arrow tab, the time it would continue playing went down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Oh, but
I
now I
think
mean
it used
like
to be
if
like 30 seconds.
yeah,
Now
but
it's like 10.
now if you turn off your phone completely, it doesn't play. But it used to like when we were in high school, it used to play.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that too.
but they took that from us, and that's why I don't know if I can support YouTube Premium. But it does seem worth it. But I don't want to pay
It
that. Come
is.
on, man.
Okay, well, I signed up for YouTube Premium using my student email that will be deactivated in like 60 days. So I don't know, maybe I'll do like a quick little email confirmation before it officially gets deleted so I can extend the use of it for as long as I can because I'm
Yeah,
only paying I think 7.99 instead of what 16 or $17 a month. Like that's kind of fucked.
yeah. Okay, well,
Yeah.
luckily you have nothing else. Some people have Spotify, YouTube, Apple all at once. That's
Oh,
just bad
I do
finances.
have Apple Music, but I also have the student version of it.
Mm. Hmm.
So I
You
think
should
that one's
probably
like
cancel that.
5.99. I should because there's nothing on Apple Music that isn't also on YouTube Music. And
Yeah.
it's like there's stuff on YouTube Music that's not on Apple Music, but everything on Apple Music is on YouTube Music. So technically, you are right. I should rid of that disease soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, where do you feel most creative? You make a lot of. Let me say this first. You make a lot of Instagram reels. If you haven't checked her out, check her out at Only Fauci. It's
Only
literally,
Fauci too.
yeah, Only Fauci too, because they took down her first one, right? Or has it always
Zuck
been
got
two?
me. No, two was the backup, and I got zucked at 2.5K, like
Wow.
well over a year ago.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I appealed it and they instantly just said no. Sorry. But
Okay. Well, yeah.
I feel creative in my car, as you could I think that's where you're going because I film a lot of videos in my car. Because when I'm driving, I'm thinking, even if I'm listening to music, like I don't know. I know there's some people out there without an internal monologue, which is horrifying, and like they should be in a work camp, like making themselves useful. Because what do you mean you don't have a fucking internal monologue? You mean you're not thinking? You don't always have an idea like of something, even if it's like, oh, I need to take a shit or like do my laundry. Like you don't have that. Like that's terrifying. But oh, I'm doing the thing that when a liberal white woman does this hand gesture, the fucking anyway. Yeah, I'm driving around. I have a thought about something, and I'll usually get to wherever I'm going, and then whip out the phone and start talking to it. And yeah,
So
I
you
I
remember the
get
thought
creative
for
in the
that
car.
long? Like, when you have a thought in the car, like what I have to do is I have to say, "Hey Siri," and literally tell it to take a note because I'll forget by the time I get to my destination. You wait all the way till, and then you.
I think it through more and more. I just keep thinking about it
Hmm.
until but if I'm going somewhere and I'm like meeting my family for dinner or like am needing to go to class, whatever it may be, if I have an idea while I'm driving, that's when I will like at a red light, haha, just pull out my notes app and like write it down in my
Okay.
notes. And then I can attend to it later because like I am going somewhere. I don't have time to pull over. And I also don't always record I honestly I write my ideas down more when I get to the destination and then eventually we'll like find a time to film them or start a Substack article about it or something, you
Now,
know.
will you do the Substack article in your car as well?
Fuck no. I'm doing the Substack article on this computer
Okay.
so I can type very fast. I don't know how many words a minute I can type, but anyone who's been around me is always like, you type so fast, and it really does just sound like someone's like, it's such a flex. I love that I can do that.
Now, would you say that you're this like okay, you say your car is the most creative place or you're like where you're most creative, but like if you had to say your dream place to be most creative, where would you say that is like for some people would say like on a beach side, in a
Oh,
jazz lounge, you know?
jazz lounge.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to get a drink and enjoy the music if I was in a jazz lounge. But where would my ideal place be? Maybe this is just like a
You could still be in
maybe
the
this
car.
is the thing is, I think a really nice desk space would be my ideal, like a comfy gaming chair. Because right now I am waiting to buy a gaming chair. I'm trying to save my money right now, but I'm working with a $20 piece of shit from Target with no armrests. So if I had some expensive, nice gaming chair with like a footrest on it, and I had one of those desks that I could move up and down, and I had all my shit out, and I had like another monitor connected, and all that, I feel like that would allow me to lock the fuck in because then I can have
Hmm.
different monitors, I can be comfortable, maybe a fridge with some Celsius nearby, not sponsored, but
That's a good idea.
they should sponsor me. I'm the number one most family friendly, non-controversial figure. Like
Yeah.
I could sell these. So, yeah, someplace where it's like comfy for me to sit at a desk and with good natural lighting. Good
I,
natural lighting stimulates my
Okay, that's
brain.
good. I would have to say,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's definitely not mine because I had a gaming chair. I got rid of it so I could have the chair with no armrest. I have like a drummer's chair right now, and I also have two monitors and a standing desk. And it's like, it's better, but I don't know. Gaming chairs, you need to get what is it called? ergonomic chair. They're more
I think
expensive, but
that's are those the ones that have all the different like moving parts on them and shit?
um, I don't know. I just know it's better for your back.
Um,
Yeah,
I want
like
to
a
look that up because I get ads for gaming chairs because I'm always like on the hunt, but then I'm just like, ugh, I hate spending money, so I don't do it. But a lot of the times the ads I get, use that word, which I feel like maybe that's just like
ergonomic.
becoming yeah, they're like
It is
ergonomic
definitely a
chair,
marketing
ergonomic.
term, but it's good. It's like good for you. Like it's supposed to be like better for you.
Oh,
So a gaming chair
yeah.
like is one of these things where it's a fad. Like it's popular and you see it on the streams, and then people get it, and then it's like really bad for your back because it's just like
My dad
stiff.
has one of them. My dad has a really nice expensive one in his office.
Gaming
And
chair
whenever I'm
or
there, gaming chair, but it
oh
has like the footrest and like an
yeah.
adjustable back thing, adjustable headrest. You can move the armrest up and down. So it's like you can customize it to your needs. You're not just like in this big thing, but that
Mm.
thing is so comfortable.
Okay, this one is a bit deeper. All right.
All right,
Um,
here we
what
go.
what do you think Generation Beta will think of us? Because you know we have Gen Alpha coming out right now. Gen Beta will be like the kids we have. I think it ends 2047 or something like that.
So Gen Beta to Gen Beta
Yeah.
would be us to Gen X, because millennials are above us, and then it's X,
Yeah.
right? Or like
Yeah.
prior. Okay, well, I don't know. This is just a meme, but I have seen the thing of like every other generation is like based in cringe. Like
Okay.
Gen X is cool, millennials are cringe, Gen X is or Gen Z is cool, Gen Alpha is gonna be cringe. And you can kind of like go back and see that. I personally do kind of see that happening. Um, with that being said, we're actually lucky because even though the kids are going to be betas, we're going to have like cool kids because of the just the natural balance of the universe.
Okay.
You know, with the based and cringe, like we're going to have a based generation, which is cool. The Gen Alpha kids are so fucked. They're
Okay.
so fucked. And I say this as somebody who has recently been around a bunch of kids who are addicted to iPads. And I didn't know how bad it was because I don't really have a lot of kids in that age group in my family, like in my direct family. But after seeing some of it, I'm terrified. Like they are so overstimulated visually, mentally, like auditorily, like all the lights, the colors, the sounds, the Roblox, the Robux, the servers, like it's too much because when we were kids it was like, yeah, go home and then play on Minecraft and join the server at home after you've been at school all day and you couldn't have your iPod at school, maybe you'd sneak it, but you weren't sitting in class on your iPod. These kids are literally like this is why there's going to be a bunch of like false diagnoses of autism and ADHD. Their attention spans are shot before they even get to grade school. Like cooked. My kid is not getting that enough. Like no. Sorry, read a book. Play with G.I. Joe. Like use your mind. The fuck?
Okay. So,
Sorry about that, but
but what do you think? Like, because won't Gen Beta? I mean, sure, your kids won't be, but like the rest of them are. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be worse. I feel, and plus, I can't see how someone
yeah.
can be based if they're literally beta. Like that's Gen Beta. It's just they're just cooked from the beginning. They're
Okay, so like yeah, the beta thing is gonna hold them back, okay? Because
yeah.
the Gen Alpha is like a bunch of little iPad retards, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm Alpha. Like, no, you're useless. Like, actually, sorry, these kids can't fucking read, can't even fucking write a sentence. Like, useless. But I feel like Gen Beta is going to course correct a little bit
Hmm.
because I feel like millennials were really retarded with internet safety because it was the advent of the internet and them being in like school and engaging with those platforms and that technology. Gen Z, like, you know not to like tell people where you live. You know not to give people your address on the internet.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
you know, but
Yeah, well,
like
generally yes. Generally yes.
generally, yes, we I feel like we have better discernment than millennials did with internet use. And you can see millennials, they're still just like they refuse to keep up with the times. They live in their own little world, but Gen Z has been, although there's stereotypes, I feel like we've adapted to the media environment pretty well, and like we have better like smarts when it comes to that. Gen Alpha's cooked because their parents are millennials, and their parents are like Disney adult TikTok weirdos who don't know how to read a room digitally or in person. So of course their kid is gonna have all this weird behavior on the internet. But then I feel like Gen Z is gonna be like, nope, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Like we're gonna be able to have better discernment. But I still think they're kids. They're gonna think we're cringe. The teenagers now think we're fucking old. So like,
That's
whatever.
true. We're unk now.
Yeah, Unc and Auntie. God.
Okay, where do you think humanity's heading?
Oh, that depends on a few things. Um,
If okay, let's
you
say
mean do
just
you mean
generally.
global humanity
Yeah,
or
global humanity, uh or just like generally humanity. Just keep it general. You don't have to get specific. Just keep it general.
okay, it's gonna get more brown.
Okay.
Just like based on the data we have and like the birth rates that are occurring right now, humanity is going to be brown. And that's when I think of the future, I just think of the billions of Indians that are existing and like currently just like contained, but like they're going to venture, and all the Muhammads, like it's literally a nightmare.
It's
So
funny.
in
Like
that
nobody.
sense, it's bad.
Yeah, and it's funny because nobody denies that. It's just like the people will just say, "Oh yeah, if we all just continue to do whatever, like they people say love each other to do what we do now, to do whatever. They're like, we're all just gonna become one muddy puddle, and that's like some normal people say that's a good thing. Like, oh, we're all gonna be one muddy puddle, whatever.
Yeah,
So you see
great.
it.
Awesome.
So you see it that way too. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. Like the real opinion is like whether or not that's good or bad. But you think that's the course we're
It's
headed
bad.
on right now?
I think that's the course we're headed on, and I think it's bad unless people decide to have a cultural and ethnic identity when they're told they're not allowed to have one. Like,
Yeah.
if you can be Black pride, Asian pride, Hispanic pride, like, enough. Like, let Europeans be prideful. And if you can't see like the major logical failing of that, and you're really gonna do the whole song and dance that I know you want to do, oh, power, race, systems of power, like shut up. Like nobody gives a fuck. And I have this meme on my page. I think it's like one of the first posts I ever made on my second account, and it was like some whiny, like you know the type, like you'd rather have your own individual culture than be. No, no. You'd rather have your own individual culture than be part of a massive brown globo homo? And it was literally a bunch of like different Chads from all different races and places, like Africa, Asia, Europe, South America, all in their language saying yes. Because ultimately, like, we all have these different cultures and heritages, and I think it's fucking cool. Because, like, that's cool. Those are, like, the humans that came before you and led to you right now. So, like, you should care about that and, like, want to be involved in that. And if you really just think the freaking big literally is it globo homo or globo homo?
It's definitely Globo.
It is well, then there we go. I have my answer. The globo homo is not fucking it. And because the globo homo is gonna be brown, gay, and retarded, probably disabled as well, but
Yeah. Well,
same thing.
yeah, same thing really. But
No one wants that. I
you
mean,
know,
normal people don't.
the thing is like in a way like it's just a litmus test on how you respond to that because anyone who's just like going for that is exactly that's who they're really targeting. I feel like they're not even targeting people who can recognize how stupid that sounds just right off the bat. It's just I don't know, but yeah, I think what you're saying is true with that's just how humanity's heading now. But I think what you talk about on your Instagram and stuff about changing trajectory. It's
Hmm.
exactly what we need to do, but people need to realize that it's going to require a lot more strength than just letting things happen. You let things happen, we will not end up where we want to be for sure.
Yeah, you have to say something. Like you have to do something, and the major problem is going to be, as the I think it was the 4chan post said, and then was later confirmed by actual academic peer-reviewed research, that men with low testosterone, which we can draw from that study, women as well, because we don't have testosterone, uh, we will just agree with what the group consensus is. Because we don't have the ability to physically defend ourselves if something were to escalate. If there was a real disagreement that put physical harm on the table, like we're not going to do that. We're just going to agree. So the low T men and the women will just sit there and be like, yeah, like actually I think women can be men, and like I just think we need more immigrants. Like it's just the best thing for the country and the GDP, and like America's a country of immigrants, and we're just a melting pot, and I think we just need one love. Like that's what they all say, because to deviate from that would require either a strong sense of critical thinking and pattern recognition, which has been beaten out of us, or it would require higher testosterone. So that's for women. And then for men, higher testosterone, which would enable you to basically deviate from the pro-social in-group bias and be like, hey, I'm going to stand for what I think is right, not what everyone else says is right. So if we can get those two things going for men and women, I think we can course correct, but I don't like to get too high on hopium because at the end of the day, no one's coming to save you. You got to save yourself.
That's
So,
true. And I think
yeah.
the thing is like, it's not unreasonable to think that things could just work out, like in general, because it did for people who were born in the 1940s, right? If you were born in 1945, you literally got to grow up in a perfect, almost near perfect environment to grow up in. Now,
Yeah.
once it got to, I would say, like the 80s, 90s, you started realizing, like, okay, the foundation of which we built this perfect place to grow up for 20 years isn't as really strong as we thought, and now the faults are showing, right? But yeah, now, I mean, if you look around you and you have an IQ above 85, you kind of can recognize that things
Yeah.
aren't gonna be good for you
And
if
I,
you're
I
not.
think it used to be because, the whole like the mythos of like the Ellis Island immigration and this idea of, oh, we're all immigrants and coming here. That's because largely the immigrants were European and Christian. There were others, of course, but those others recognized that, where I'm coming from, people don't have these values, and it's a fucking shithole. So you know what? I think I'm gonna come to this other place that has those values, and I think I'm gonna learn the language. I'm gonna start my own business because I can do that here and not have the faction leader shoot up my shit and rob me. And oh, I'm not gonna have a gang up in my fucking store emptying my cash register. So there were people who weren't part of you know, that group, that idea, this whole like, oh, white Christian America. There were plenty of people who weren't white, and there were also plenty who weren't Christian. But I would argue there was more non-white people, right, who were essentially coming here and like proud of this new land and proud of this identity as an American. And yes, they still celebrated with certain traditions or food or like, whatever it was. They would observe their history respectfully and in their own ways, but they wouldn't demand all of society to like praise them for it. And they didn't have as much of a sense of entitlement, I don't think, because back then in that perfect society era, they saw more of the opportunity. They didn't look at it. They saw the opportunity of, oh, I could come here and like have a house and have a company and work hard and have a family, which largely Christian ideals here, and have a community. And I feel like it comes down to the fact that I was thinking about this the other day. People who wanted America to work and were letting America work adapted on like Like it was a microcosm. You had like your neighborhood, then you had your town, then you had your state, then you had your region, then you had your country, right? And the people who would come here would adapt to like even just that side of town where their neighborhood was. Like they took pride in being there and they joined in on the community events, right? But now it's like they fucking import a billion Indians and they all like shove them into an apartment and they don't learn English, they don't contribute, they collect benefits, they get free healthcare, and they're just and they hate white people too. Even though it's like, hello, we're the reason you're fucking here and get all this shit. Like maybe a little gratitude. So I think it just comes down to really like a willingness to assimilate. And I now recognize that's my idealism. That's what I would like to happen. That's what largely used to happen for a lot of people. But that's not how it works today, and that's not how people think today. And that means we probably got to change some shit up, because the shit ain't working no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly I don't really have an answer for how to fix a community of like if there's a community of immigrants today who are all together right now, how do you can't really fix them not wanting to assimilate. No matter how much you force them at this point, they already have a strong enough community to where they'd rather fight back than just like actually just give in and assimilate to the culture that they wanted to come to in the first place. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that eventually it will just come to head like ahead with that, and people are gonna have
yeah.
to. I don't know. There's gonna be have to be like some sort of dramatic event that happens because I don't know. I wish it would just happen easily and
Same.
as optimistically positive as possible, but people are very hesitant to change even for ourselves. I mean, why would we want to do it either? Like, it's just natural. Okay, but considering what you said and like what we said about, like the boomer time period and stuff like that, what is your favorite time period in history?
My favorite time period in history.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe I feel like I have a few in mind, but they're all basic answers. But if I had to
Give
just be
it. Yeah,
honest,
give a basic one.
my basic ones would be now. Because
Okay.
look what we're doing right now. Look at this technology that we have. That's crazy. That's crazy. The fact that I have this, the fact that I have this, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, great. Awesome. Thank you.
So would you
But
say like aesthetic, like let's say aesthetically, would you still say it's like now?
oh, fuck no.
Oh.
Aesthetically, I'm thinking like the ancient Rome, ancient Greek
Okay.
civilizations, simply for the architecture and how inspiring, especially at that time, like that type of infrastructure was. That must have been fucking crazy to look around and walk through those streets and see the buildings, even if you're a fucking peasant, even if you're a beggar, because we had beggars in Rome too. Like, even if you're a beggar, I mean, shit, look at the Colosseum.
Yeah.
Life ain't bad. But now look, it's like, yeah, we have all this tech, and sure, there's like AI predictive medical stuff that can literally save your life. But look at the fucking McDonald's. What have they done? The brutalist McDonald's?
I
The
like
brutalist.
brutalist architecture. I'm not gonna lie. Like modern cheap architecture, I don't necessarily like, but brutalist efficient architecture, it's not as bad as people say. That's my controversial opinion. I'd prefer classical or like ancient Greek type architecture,
Yeah,
but
like
brutalist isn't
Baroque
that bad.
architecture
Yeah,
is
yeah,
my
yeah.
shit. But I no, it looks post-Soviet. That it all
Okay,
looks
true,
post-Soviet.
true,
Like
true.
all
I don't
those
like that.
big buildings, like that's what it looks like now. There's apartment complexes popping up all over my city that are just cubes. They're like Goyim cubes,
Yeah.
and they're just like blocks, and they're so ugly. And I'm lucky that like my complex is pretty cute. Like the outside of the buildings is nice, the landscaping's nice, but so many of these are just like gray squares with windows, and I'm like, and why'd they do the McDonald's like that though? I guess it's because maybe McDonald's stopped targeting children so much in their advertising compared to what they used to do. So,
Yeah. Okay, well here's another thing. I feel like in other states, like I'm in Texas, right? So here we have
mm,
insane highway ramps, okay, that go like super high up, and there's like a whole bunch of highway intersections up
Yeah.
in the air. I don't know if they have that as much in other states. Do they have that
Um,
where you live, like a lot of insanely high ramps
so
and
in Florida, we have high ramps,
yeah,
but I know the ones in Texas are higher and there's more of them in quantity. Because I'm originally from Massachusetts and we really don't
have
have
that?
that.
Yeah,
Like there really aren't big ramps and off ramps, on ramps. Like not
yeah,
really. And so when I first moved here, I thought it was pretty cool that like holy shit, I'm like high up in the air right now, just on a road over
exactly.
another road.
And
It's
you know the
cool.
crazy thing is like I was thinking about this because I have to drive over them every single day, right? And
Mhm.
some countries are still to this day struggling to build a simple bridge. Now we drive over a bridge like every other mile, and it's become
Yeah.
so easy for us to do. Now I don't necessarily like the design, or like I don't feel like it's very human to be looking at like black tar all day, but at
Oh,
the same time I do think it's like an amazing human accomplishment that we have all these. I guess it really isn't a human accomplishment if everyone can't do it, but I would say it's an amazing American accomplishment for us to have bridges
yeah.
everywhere. Like, so
Yeah.
I will have to say, like, you know, there's like what you said earlier. You know, today this time period, it isn't hell. You know what I mean? Like, it's
No.
horrible in a lot of different ways, but at least we have some cool things. You know?
We have a lot of cool things, and I feel like it's demoralizing if you let it be. And
Hmm.
this might be a controversial take from me, but hey, I'll swear by it, by like my background in psychology. Sounds a little hippy dippy, but you really create your own fucking life. You create your own perception of things, and if you want to go outside and get upset at the brutalist McDonald's, for example, you can do that. You can be upset by the Goyim Cube apartments and the ugliness of it all and the tar and freaking grid systems and oh, the traffic lights. It's all so ugly and industrious. But you could also take a look at it like you do, of like, holy shit, look at what we have accomplished in terms of like transportation and efficiency and access to like maps. We have maps on our phone that can accurately read the roads and even get satellite live data for traffic pileups that can redirect you. Like that's really insane that we're at that point and comparatively especially to just like a few hundred years ago what our navigation technology and capabilities were, that's really crazy. And I feel like you can choose to sit there and be ungrateful and whine about everything. And I've been there, done that. It's really easy to fall into that trap. But I think people would be a lot better off if they were more grateful and like just appreciative of everything. Like the
Hmm.
fact that this room, the windows, the decor I've chosen, the fact I can choose a decoration. Oh wow, isn't that cool? I can look at this thing on my wall every day. Isn't that nice? Like there's so much to be grateful for and like happy about in this modern world. And yes, obviously we need to be critical of the things that like are demoralizing and keep people down, but just criticize it. Criticize it and have those thoughts, but don't spend your life living in it because it can get miserable for
Yeah, I
sure.
think like a principle that I definitely will be like expanding on is that when you see everything, you have to think of it as a tool, and then you have to think, you know, well, is this tool beneficial or detrimental to like my 1,000 year plan? Um,
It's
you
in
know,
your
most
plan.
yeah, that's because that this is a part of my Atlantean cult that you may see on my other videos, but
Oh my God, you're
yeah,
still on that?
but like the thing
Still?
is that like okay, like GPS is definitely net positive for 1,000 years from now, or you
Yeah.
know bridges like insanely technological bridges
The
that we make or
Ethiopia
whatever.
Bridge. Are
Yeah,
you thinking of that
yeah. I
bridge?
mean that was like they needed that, and yet they failed to maintain it. They needed that.
I
That's the one
I
thing they
found
needed.
something out. I found something out about that image. So you might have seen the image of the broken bridge,
Yeah.
right? Because the colonizers built it. They couldn't even fucking maintain it and didn't it like disrupted like the way people move? Well, get this. Uh a white man
Okay.
went there and built just a simple structure that was just placed on top of it. He didn't even build the bridge. He just made a
Yeah,
structure. It's like white metal that just sits on it. So like there's each side,
and
it
they
just
stole
sits
that.
over it. And I'm surprised no one has stolen it yet or
Oh.
fucking broke it. When
Well,
I
I mean,
did
it's
you
scrap metal like that.
No, it
If I was
wasn't.
one of
It
them,
was
I
like
would
a
consider it.
simple structure. It was just
Oh,
like a simple metal white structure. It wasn't
yeah.
scrap metal or anything. It was some white guy who engineered basically, instead of building the bridge completely, he built something to go over it and then like bolt it into the rock
Okay,
so
that's
it could
smart.
be functional. He's a bridge engineer, but still, of course, they
Yeah.
couldn't figure that out for some
Well,
fucking reason.
I'm sure you've seen that Mr. Beast is doing some sort of thing where like if you donate $1,000, it's like a year's worth of clean water or something. Or I think it's like
Oh
every
God.
I don't know, maybe it's like $100 for a year or something, but like somehow that he's getting millions of years of clean water for these places in Africa, and I don't know how that's like a realistic thing. Like, why don't they have water already? First off, if all it requires is a simple well, and then second off, like if they don't already have that, I really don't believe that they're going to be able to maintain it.
No, so have you seen the video about how in like multiple African languages, there is no word for maintenance.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, so they don't have like a word in their vocabulary for maintaining anything.
It's like really hard to
I,
believe. I kind of don't believe that.
I
There's got to be some other thing because I don't know. It's hard to believe, but I haven't done enough research, so I'm just gonna take their
I
word for it.
haven't either, but I also like if that were true, then so much makes sense.
Yeah,
The smoke
that is true.
alarm.
That
Like,
is true.
it's almost like what's that thing of like the simplest answer, Occam's razor? Like the simplest answer is probably the right
Yeah,
one. Like I honestly feel like haven't done any research, but if there wasn't a word for maintenance in those cultures, I would just be like, yeah, now things are starting to add up. This
exactly.
is this has to be true.
And you know
Like,
what? For the future audience that watches this, I just want to say like I don't want this to be true, but it is true. It's just the reality of the
same.
situation. So,
I'm not glad that this is a thing. I
yeah,
trust me, we all wish it wasn't. But like I'm just
exactly.
observing reality, unfortunately.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, we got a
So
couple
sad.
more questions. All right.
All right, let's
We
go.
like only like four more. All right, so
All right.
we'll do this at whatever pace you want. But
I'm
um
just chilling, so I'm
okay,
good on time, no worries.
cool. All right,
Yeah.
what is one thing you wish everyone would adopt?
Hmm. Going to the gym.
It's okay. Go ahead. Continue with that. Build on that.
Okay, 30% of Americans are clinically obese, 40% are classified as overweight. That totals to about 70%, which means 7 in 10 human beings that you lay eyes on in America are fucking fat and gross. And nobody wants to see that. And now we have them
People like
wearing crop
tortoise now though.
tops. No,
And
yeah,
people like
okay, the
big
same.
funguses.
Well, the same way that suddenly every white girl talks about liking BBC, like as if that isn't a fucking psyop from the porno industry. Oh yeah, let's bang fat women. Yeah, let's do that.
But
You
here's the
know?
thing though, like, okay, I'm gonna counter that. Like, I agree with you, honestly. Two things though. One, people seem to genuinely like a more thick woman now. So I feel like there is
Well,
like some sort of shift. I think you're kind of onto something though, in that most people are like, oh, this is what's around me. I might as well enjoy it. And then two,
yeah.
I also am gonna have to counter and say, uh, do you think it's people are getting fat because they aren't doing physical activity, or do you think they're getting fat for another reason like their diet?
So one, I think the idea of like a thicker woman usually involves curves, right? It involves like whoop up here and then a little whoop and then a little whoop at the bottom.
That's what
But
I thought too,
still,
but apparently not anymore.
well, that's because the black population is rising and they like obese women
I think
for
it's
some reason.
Hispanic people actually,
Is it
because the
are those
Toyota
the
thing.
perpetrators?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
so.
Well, the problem with the Hispanic community is their average height is so low that if you start eating and you gain 10 pounds, you're gonna blow up like a balloon because most of them are like under 5'6". So
That's
they have such
actually true.
short limbs that like there's nowhere for the fat to go. I'm 5'9". I've met now multiple people who are like, I'm 5'9" and I'm taller than them. So I don't even know how tall I am, but I'm between 5'9" and 5'10", 6 foot in heels.
You're
I
taller
can
than
have
average.
Yes. I have a lot of areas to store weight. So if I go up 5 pounds, I could even go up 10. I'm not going to look it because I have all this area for the fat to go, right? But for for when I'm thinking of like a curvy woman, I'm more thinking of like bigger thighs, like bigger chest. Also, maybe on the stronger side, because as the fat people always like to say, muscle weighs more than fat, and they're just like literally a lump. And I love it when they say that. It's usually followed by the thyroid condition cope as well.
Oh yeah,
But
that's not a cope. They're hypothyroid as well.
well, here's the thing. If you distinctly say like hypothyroid and you proceed to explain to me what the issue is, I believe you. But most of them just say, there's something wrong with my thyroid.
Oh,
And
true,
there's
true.
nothing wrong. They're just fat as shit and like eat a bunch of seed oils. Which brings me into the second point here. So, one, I think like a shapely woman looks good also because it's like strong, healthy, like reproductive indicators like wide hips, you'll survive childbirth, like having like nice booba, like that's usually a good trait to have, like and being strong, being able to lift things, that's good too because we used to be on the land and had to move stuff and carry dead animals and do labor. So that from like a survival, very human understanding, I can see why that would be more appealing than a girl who is visibly maybe underweight or just like not really, there's nothing really there because like narrow hips, yeah, your risk of childbearing injury goes up pretty high. Like if you have a narrow hip, you're that's gonna fucking hurt. And if you have low body fat as well, like you're building a child, you're building a human inside you, like you're not gonna have as much energy. You're probably gonna be fucking exhausted because your body's like working overtime, you know. But food and food is playing a huge role in this too because it's so easy to eat seed oils. They're everywhere. You can't even have a chip without a seed oil. You can't even have a piece of bread. You can't even, a lot of times, you can't even have meat. There's always some weird, like, oil preservative in it. It's not good. You can't have a single sauce. None of the condiments are safe. Even the good ones, especially the good ones, those aren't safe. So when you have people super reliant on the ultra processed food, on the convenience items, and they maybe I don't have time to cook. I can get into an argument about that, but I'm going to brush by it for now. Obviously, you are going to gain weight. And especially if you pair that with a sedentary lifestyle because yeah, you can get away with eating some shit if you go to the gym or if you're walking, active, like doing manual labor. Why do you think so many like construction guys are skinny and then eat like shit every day from the gas station? Because they're all day on their feet moving and
Hmm.
like their
I don't know
bodies are
about that.
burning shit.
It's.
Well,
I think it's. I don't know that
that could
that's
just be a
actually a
man
weird
thing.
thing because you know where you were at in the country, I feel like construction workers are a lot more skinny here in Texas. Like every construction worker is morbidly obese. So
Oh,
I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
that's also the Mexican food. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that for
I think
sure.
it's probably that. Honestly, like Texan diet because of Mexican food is probably like 400% more seed oils than the rest of the country. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably it. Okay,
So yeah, I think it's both food and exercise, but
I can
if you
agree with
can
that.
if you can choose one to start working on, that's better than nothing. Like if you want to commit to eating healthier, but you're still not sure about the gym, go for it, please. Like treat your body to that. Your body will thank you. Same way with if you still are committed to the goy slop, but you have started lifting, like you can start changing the things you order to be a little bit better or cut out the sauce on your stuff to reduce seed oils. Like take any step in the right direction in those two categories and like it will be a snowball effect because you'll feel better. You'll just feel better. Duh, so you'll keep doing it because it makes you feel good. So,
Hmm. Okay. All
That was
right.
so long. I
So,
really yapped on that one.
well, no, that
Oh
was
boy.
good though. Like that really covered it. I mean, yeah. So one thing that you'd have everyone adopt is go to the gym. Um,
Yeah.
okay,
Or just
okay,
eat better. Or literally just cook at home more too. Like if either one I would be happy with because that's still just heading the right way.
okay.
So,
All right. Next one. What is your spirit animal?
Hunter Biden.
Okay. Have you seen his most recent interviews where he's like talking about Jeffrey Epstein and stuff?
I have not had the pleasure of viewing that content yet, but I've seen some clips and I know he talks about like how to make meth
Yeah.
and also like is like ranting about Epstein and shit. So I really do need I
You
need
need
to
to
see
watch that
that,
then
but
if that's your spirit animal.
well, I love the meme where it's like he's my Princess Diana, and then like the photo is him naked on a water slide with an article about like hookers. That's so funny to me. Like if I was Joe Biden's son, I would also be on crack. Probably. If not, probably I mean maybe it's just me. Not crack wouldn't be for me. I'd probably be on the slopes like every day though. And just like doing whatever the fuck I want, knowing that my dad's the president, like what are you what are you gonna do? I'd be living it the fuck up. And hookers aren't my thing, but I'd find other ways to blow some money and have fun and probably make money illegally. Like, duh. He's I don't know. The naked water slide photo just gets me every time.
See, like
So real.
it's great, but like exactly what you said. You know, Hunter Biden probably goes about his day, doing everything he does, but then all of a sudden, anytime he's sober, he has a random flashback of insane trauma, and that's why
Yes.
he does what he does. And yes,
Yes.
he's delusional. Yes, that makes him free in a way, but to me, it's like it's like I know you're joking, but I'm just saying because some people on Twitter and stuff are not even joking really. They're like, bro, Hunter Biden is actually the Chad in all scenarios, and this is actually 100% true. Like, no, he's delusionally avoiding his reality, and that's fun and funny, like from an outside perspective. But for him, imagine the night terrors he has at 3 a.m. where he literally is
The
feeling,
misery.
yeah, the misery. Like he's feeling 1,000 times the misery you felt your whole life in like a single moment from just sobriety. So
Yeah.
that's a
No,
fun
like
spirit animal though.
in my head, that's like he's just such a vibe. If you know what, better answer. HRH collection. That's my spirit
Mm,
animal. Even though she's still in that neocon territory, but she's broken through from like keeping silent on it and making the occasional offensive comment to like full blown just like amazing crash outs that I love so much. And I feel like in times where like I've gone on like serious fucking rants about things, I start to emulate her because she's so funny and like I know people don't really like her for various reasons. But I personally think she is hilarious and like she's like the cultural enrichers. Bring in the cultural enrichers. Like, yes, I needed that word in my vocabulary. And she's a mom now and that's really cute and she has worked very hard for the life she has, which I admire. Like she did it.
do
She
you
did it.
think she's still as good like as like do you think she's still in her prime or no?
No.
Okay.
No. And I think that's also because she got a lot of work done.
Yeah.
And you know what? On the topic of getting work done, here, my opinion, I know it's a toxin, it's Botox, but if you're gonna do something, do Botox because it wears off over time. It wears off over time and it doesn't expand into your face. There's a danger though that, it can like give you like fucking, who was that? Was that Justin Bieber where half his face
Yeah.
stopped working? Like that can be a thing,
Don't
okay?
do it. Don't
Acknowledged.
do
Oh, I
Botox.
don't. No, I am at least 5 to 8 years away from even seriously considering that.
Okay.
So so
Well, why
but
why do you
filler
say do it though? Why do you say that?
because I'm comparing it to filler.
Oh,
Because filler is permanent in your face and it literally migrates around your face. And so you'll have plastic filler and like shit under your skin. That's what happened with Madonna because over time it starts expanding, I believe because it's it's like
Ew.
absorbent. So if you get a bunch in your cheeks and in your forehead to try to like emphasize your face shape, and then you do it all over your chin, it's literally gonna start spreading around and absorbing water over all the decades you're gonna live, and you're gonna look fucked up. And yeah, you can get some of it dissolved, but it doesn't work. And Botox is literally just tranquilizing your muscle to not move, to not create lines. But filler is
How
like
long does it last? Like,
literally
do you know how
adding
long it?
something.
Do you know how long Botox
Um,
lasts?
I
Tranquilizer
don't know, and
can't
I
be
should
good
know this.
for your muscles though, like long
Well,
term.
if I'm picking one, I'm going with that. I'm not gonna add plastic in my face, but and
That's true.
maybe
That's
maybe
true.
I'll kill the eyebrow express. Well, no, because I can't. I have to be able to go like this. But
Yeah.
because but what's also funny, if you are coming across, I don't know if you are, but maybe someone watching is, if you get a lot of like woman influencers in your feed, if they're trying to sell you stuff, watch their forehead, find their
Mm.
eyebrows and watch above, because like I'm doing it right now. Like they'll literally, this is how they express themselves. Like they
Because they
don't
can't raise their
move
eyebrows.
because they can't like make
Wow.
faces or go like, they
That's
literally are like,
crazy. That's true
they're
though.
like
Like
they're
anyone
like
who's
they're like, wow, I love this. No, wait, wow, I love this
you
product.
do that
Like,
too well. Don't do that.
I've been told I have a good influencer voice, like when I actually put on the customer service voice, but I hate using it. I sound like a fucking bitch. So,
Okay, that is okay. We're gonna keep our eyes out now. We're gonna see eyebrows of everyone because we already, people on my channel already know you should always judge someone by their last third of their eyebrow because that shows if they're hypothyroid or not. And that's why we say
what do you
don't,
mean?
like the growth on the ends of your eyebrows. You can't see it because of the light here, but like right here, if this is gone, what girls like trim theirs and stuff. So yours might be a little different. I don't know.
I
Like
just
you
got them
shaped
done. They
yours,
look so
yeah.
good.
So you probably are more of an example than not an example of what it looks like. Sorry, but if
What, to
you
have hypothyroidism? I definitely don't.
well, you definitely don't because you're healthy. But I'm saying like if you notice people with like thin eyebrows, especially on their last one third of it, it's because
Oh,
they're
like their
hypothyroid.
eyebrow is like, oh wait, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing? Like people who have the sparse eyebrow from like
Yes.
here?
Yeah, that means they're unhealthy. Yeah.
And oh my God, I see that all the time, and it's always like the fat, gender confused box dye facial piercing folks. It's
Exactly.
always them. They have some fuck ass eyebrows going on. Oh my God, thank
And
you for educating me.
this is the
Didn't know
thing as
that.
well. Like people are always like, I don't know if you ever notice anyone who's shaving their eyebrows as a trend to look better. They're usually a little mental. That's another.
Oh wait, like the bitches who like shave a line in it.
No, like completely shave it off.
Oh,
People do
I
that
know a
now. You
girl who
know.
did that. I know a girl who did that,
And was she
and
okay in the head?
it's fat.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. She's also not okay because she smokes weed like every 5 seconds and posts videos of herself hitting the bong like every day. And
Okay, there
she's
you go, guys.
23 and a teacher.
Okay,
So,
well,
yeah.
there's multiple right there. All
She
right.
shaved them off, and now so she dyes her hair blonde even though she's a brunette, and she dyes it from the root down, and then like doesn't keep up with it. So like most of the time you see her, it's like grown out, and her eyebrows were first, it was because she's still holding on to the fact that she was blonde as a kid.
Oh,
So
that
her
sucks.
eyebrows were blonde. Her eyebrows were like a really light brown,
Yeah.
and she was like, she just wouldn't accept her brunette self. And because if she did, she'd just have lighter eyebrows and like, but they'd match kind of. But she keeps dyeing her whole fucking head blonde, and now she completely shaved them off and now just draws them on.
Ew.
It's so bad. It doesn't even look good in pictures.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed. These are my natural eyebrows. I didn't fill
That's
these
good.
in with shit. I didn't even glue them. You know what? How did I get here today? These eyebrows. They carried me the whole way.
I mean,
I love
yeah,
them.
sure.
They're
I
the
mean,
best.
if people are like me or if they're PD, like yeah, we're looking at eyebrows, so that might be it, honestly.
What's
And it's
PD? You keep
PD.
saying
It's
that.
like Ray Pete, like PD, like
Oh my
yeah,
God. Ray PD?
yeah. So that's what we're
PD.
looking for. It's a sign of health. Also, it's subconscious, so everyone's doing it really. So that's good.
That's true.
What is your favorite energy drink? Is it Celsius?
It's Celsius.
Have you tried Alani? It's pretty good, honestly. Circle
I
K has
did,
it.
and it's too sweet. And I know it might sound weird, but I feel like Celsius, I taste more of the flavoring than I do the sweetener. But with the Alani, it's like I'm getting blasted in the face by artificial sweetener and the flavor. But with Celsius, I feel like it's way more strongly carbonated, and it
Mm,
has more of like a fruity carbonated water vibe than it does the Alani. It tastes like syrup. Alani's taste like
mm,
syrup.
mm.
But
Okay. So what's your
also
favorite
though,
Celsius one then?
always make sure your Solstice has a black top because that means it's the carbonated one. The ones that have a
Oh,
silver top are non-fizz and they taste like fucking shit.
I think I've
Don't even
had
try.
those. I think I
Don't
got
even
like a
try.
pack of those from Amazon like a couple times. It's
They're
pretty gross.
disgusting.
Pretty
Yeah.
gross.
But my favorite Solstice flavor, um, there was a while I really liked the vibe flavors where
Yeah.
it's like different like peach vibe, tropical
Yeah.
vibe, like retro vibe is a pretty good one. It tastes like
80s or
gummy
whatever.
worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the playa vibe. It's kind of like a what's it called? Why am I literally drawing a blank? The pineapple coconut rum drink that's
Mm.
frozen, pina colada. Um, now I do really like the watermelon though. Shit. I don't know. They're good. I
Okay.
can't even lie.
That,
I like it.
yeah, they're either really good or they're horrible. I don't know. There's no in
Yes.
between.
But there's
Um,
more really good ones than horrible ones, so good
yeah,
job, Celsius. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I like all energy drinks. I've also realized something like if you ever have a new song that's coming out from an artist or something, always have your first sip of caffeine while listening to the song. Like sip the caffeine then listen to the song. I promise you you'll enjoy the song for like another like way longer than what you'd normally do because the association in your brain happens subconsciously and it works, trust me. I don't know
I'll
if you
give that
agree,
a
but
try.
yeah.
I have never done that, but
Like
I'll
have
keep
you
that
ever
in mind. It's
like
literally like, well, it's like psychological pairing. You're like pairing it's like a, what is it? It's an unconditioned response because you have an unconditioned response to the caffeine. Although maybe it is conditioned because of like the physiological reaction to caffeine as a stimulant. It like makes you happy. But anyway, it's like this, it's a response that you can't help happening of like
yeah.
the physiological experience of the caffeine paired with another stimulus that is the sound of a new song from an artist you like. So
But
it's
here's
gonna
the thing,
like
this is what I'm saying though, like
create a positive thing.
if you've ever new songs were coming out or were like I'm gonna listen to new music today, right, and you're extremely tired and you listen to new music and you're like I'm just not feeling it, this song is not that good, it's like not really
Yeah,
everything there, it kind of ruins the song for you because if you hear it again you're like oh I didn't enjoy it the first time, like it's not that good. But if you have
that's
caffeine
true.
with it I promise you there's like a 200% chance, higher chance of you being like oh the song's actually good.
Oh, I like this. I'll give that a try sometime.
Yeah, try it.
Can
Okay.
report back. Yeah.
Final question. Who is your favorite figure?
My favorite figure,
Yeah.
like person. God, I don't know. There, I feel like I have a bunch of different answers. Um, Wendy Williams was fucking hilarious before she got dementia.
That's
The just
crazy. That's a
the out of
crazy answer.
the out of
I hate that.
context clips of her are so funny. Like she was just a bitch, which was
She's
really
funny, but
funny.
yeah, she's bad for society. No.
Well, yes, okay, she's bad for society. Um, I mean, like
But
who
it's
fucking
funny.
isn't? Yeah, same
We
with Hunter
aren't. We
Ryan.
aren't.
Yeah, okay, so I mean,
That's okay. So Wendy Williams is number one. Pick number two just so
that's
that
not
way.
number one. That was just
Okay.
like someone who came to mind because that's like she's like an entertainment figure to me. But then there's like actual historical figures, and then there's other media figures in like the political realm. So my
Okay.
brain
Pop a
is
couple off, and we won't rank them. We'll just say they're all in a group of like, oh, they're pretty cool.
okay. So I would say um, it's an obvious one. Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
Uh, Probably Mark Dice on YouTube. He
Interesting.
makes some good shit. He knows where the line in the sand is, but he's still calling the shit out anyway.
For some reason,
Um,
woman conservatives love that guy like a lot.
Because
Okay.
he, well, it's because he says everything that we're thinking and that other figures say, but he says it in a way where he can't really get badly hurt
I
from
think
it,
it's a
which is kind of
sarcastic
what I
tone.
do too. So I'm like, I see you, Mark. I don't know. I guess who else would be a figure that I think about? I mean, like Lana Del Rey in terms of like
Mm.
visual representation, but I'm sorry, her new music is shit. I'm never gonna get past her first few albums. I'm not gonna listen to anything else she puts out. Like sometimes she has a banger, like there's one song and I'm like, wow, this is good. Like this is Lana. And then there's just a bunch of other stuff and I'm like, I am not gonna sit through almost 4 minutes of you just like doing vocals that I know are auto-tuned. I know they are, like they always are. So girl, no. Keep Born to Die, Ultraviolence. I would even say what was that other one when I was in high school? Whatever one the song Love is on is good. But
Uh, it's not called like Get Free or something. Like that's one of the song
is
names.
it
But you're
Lust
talking
for
about that one?
Life?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Lust for Life. Those albums, I think it's just because of nostalgia, but yeah, I
Mm.
like her vibe, but I also am like she was fat for a few years and that was a problem and now she just like took Ozempic and it's like very obvious that she took Ozempic and I'm like oh like
Huh.
yes queen but also like also why would you marry that man?
Because he's cool. I support him.
He sounds like a retarded person
No, he
when he
does not.
speaks because he's from the bayou.
That's okay. People have cool accents if they're from tropical, exotic places like that.
It's not, it's fucking Florida, like
I'm jealous.
I don't
I'm
know.
jealous of it. I wish I had a stronger Texan accent, but
There's a Texas accent. I thought that was kind of just like southern-ish.
uh, yeah, it's basically the same thing. I wish I had one of
uh
those stronger,
do you
but
think I have an accent?
no.
Yeah, I know.
We talk
I've
like
been told it.
urbanites.
Urbanites.
Yeah. So,
She, no, we ain't.
okay, I guess not that urban, but uh,
Not that
yeah.
urban.
No,
We're
he's a
like
cool guy. I
suburbia.
support him. So you only don't like him because of his voice.
No, I don't not like him because of his voice. I just, okay, from like a PR perspective, I get it. Like, okay, you're kind of going for like the white trash vibe, but like
He doesn't do white enough
he's
things to come off that way. It's too Louisiana and it's too specific. I think it's not a PR move. I think she just liked a guy who has like a hobby that he really enjoys that isn't related to hers. I think that's all it took.
no, yeah. I mean, I don't doubt that like I don't doubt that they love each other or have like a good relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
I just think he's strange. And I
Like
just
you
think he
wouldn't
was
pick
a
him. Yeah.
strange pick. No, like I just think it was a weird pick, but like I feel like you can kind of make that argument for anyone that anyone's in a relationship with. Like, oh,
That's true.
like you can always make that argument. So I guess that was just like the way I chose to go. But she's clearly happy. So good for her. Like I really can't hate because
Yeah.
I'm sure
But
she's a lot happier than Haley and Justin Bieber.
oh,
Like, are
for
you
sure.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's just
Now the thing
crazy.
is that like as a fan, I don't necessarily want her happy because she's like it's true. She's so comfortable now and so rich that's like she has no obligation to make more music. She hasn't in the
No.
past 5 to 8 years, honestly. And for some reason people don't get that. They're like, "Why isn't she singing live at her concerts anymore? Why does she barely try?" It's like she doesn't have to. You bought that $300 ticket anyways for 10
Yeah.
seconds of singing like and you're gonna do it again no matter what so
And like she
she's
has
good.
so much money, she could just literally like never show her face again. And
Exactly.
and just this she could literally disappear off the face of the earth and go live a completely private life and never worry about a single expense ever again.
And she might
So
just do that.
I hope she does, because why wouldn't you? Well, why wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah,
you've
that's
already
true.
had
Well,
your
because you love
iconic
the art,
era.
like
Well, I
Ozzy
love the art, but
Osbourne.
it already exists. I don't need her to make more. In fact, I'd prefer if she doesn't, because I haven't really liked any of the newer things. Like, I love the original Lana. So if that was your peak, and honestly, that was her appeal. When she does concerts, she still sings songs off Born to Die, like all artists do with that one album or two albums that really hit, and now they're a decade, almost 20 years later, still singing those songs at concerts because people like them. Like, I respect that. In fact, I would encourage her to go live a private life because if you just have all that money, why the fuck not? Unless you
Hmm.
just love the game.
Yeah,
But then tell
I
us that.
think that they need to love the game though, and I think that they need to
Yeah.
keep pushing their artistic bounds until they die. Because like, Ye, he does that. Like, even though he's been rich, even though he's been, you know, well
Love, yeah.
off enough to, yeah, to do
I
nothing.
forgot about Kanye. I have a poster of him sitting right in front of me.
Nice. Well,
He's
yeah, he
another figure I enjoy.
exactly, like he still
Yeah.
constantly tries to push the bounds just for the love of the fact that like he's an artist, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
Lana should do the same with any other artist,
Yeah,
but like I also understand why they wouldn't, so whatever.
I can agree with that. I love Kanye. Um, wow. Looking up at the poster. Wow. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
well,
I requested a certain song the other night. I was at a silent disco and
did they play
even
it?
slipped the DJ a few bucks too, and he didn't fucking play it. Fucking
i'm
loser.
gonna I'm gonna guess which song it was, but I'm not gonna say it. Was it that one?
It was that one.
Cool, that's
Yeah.
cool. It's a good
Sorry, it's
song,
such a
man.
banger.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have made it so good. Then maybe I wouldn't be asking the DJ to play it. So,
Okay,
your
let me
fault,
see if I
Kanye.
have any more questions. All
Wasn't
right,
I
no,
remember
I
this
don't
one
really.
question that you didn't ask?
Top three, was that
Yeah.
it? Yeah, dude. Okay, okay. Here's the thing though, it was supposed to be top three supplements that you take because most of the guests have been like health people, but top three in general is actually a better question. So tell me what your top three is.
I know. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, I don't even know what I would really want to say, but
Don't say your
probably
answers.
like
I don't know now.
um my top three probably yeah, I should have come up with something funnier for this, but I'm thinking some good food. That's
Okay,
definitely on there. My fat ass is like, yup, good food.
good food.
Um this was so random when I was thinking about earlier. I was like, I feel like Sam Hyde should be in there because I
Okay,
feel
good
like
food. Sam
you put
Hyde.
me onto him,
Yeah.
honestly,
Okay.
and I have just I all of the Dear Elon, like all of it. The Talk to a podcast, like there are so many moments that like on my way that I still just will quote and like he's so funny and I really and the TED Talk, like I
Yeah.
just admire whatever the fuck he has going on and I love it. And probably hmm, RDLs. Why not? Love those.
RDLs. Interesting.
RDLs. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sam Hyde, good food and RDLs. So,
I'm gonna.
top three.
I'm thinking maybe I should just title the podcast that. It's like we didn't even
What?
talk about any of those things, but it would be kind of funny to title it
And
that.
then the people who get to the end would be like, ah,
Yeah, like finally, they
finally, oh
finally
wow.
mentioned it.
Finally, oh, they said the thing. They said the name of the movie.
Okay, I'm definitely doing that now. Okay, so do you? Okay, so your socials only Fauci 2 on Instagram, but everywhere else, list them off.
So on X, I believe I'm just only Fauci on X, but
Okay.
on Instagram, only Fauci too. I have my backups tagged on there as well, and I guess I'm on YouTube, but I don't have any YouTube videos, but that I think is going to be changing in the next few months because I need to talk shit.
Okay.
It's just only Fauci. And lastly, my Substack, which has multiple articles coming very soon that I will then promote using meme posts on Only Fauci, um, is also just Only Fauci. And if you find my Instagram, I have a link tree with all of these in it, so that might just be your best bet. Only Fauci too.
Okay. So in this order, subscribe to her Substack, then her Insta, and then her YouTube. Okay. Is it? Do you think
Why
that's
in that
correct order?
order?
I mean, which order would you put it at?
I would put it as Only Fauci 2 on Instagram, and then link in bio for all my other platforms.
Okay.
Because
So
the
just
Instagram's the
everywhere.
one I'm always on. Go to the Instagram. I
Okay.
don't really
Okay.
care. Like, unless you're a nerd always reading articles, like I am, I wouldn't really waste your time with the Substack, but you
Yeah,
know,
my subscribers don't read much, so
that's okay. They'll like the like 5 to 6 second reel with like a Save Europe song on it, and then
that
like
is true.
faces that I make at the camera. That should do. I'm sure that one will sell with y'all.
Okay,
So,
final thing because this is my first facial podcast. Uh,
is this your face reveal?
no, no, not at all.
Oh,
But this is my
oh
first
yeah, no,
live
no, it's
podcast,
not.
or not live podcast, but like where we've shown video. Okay, we
Oh,
need to
okay.
make a cringy thumbnail. I don't want to do a soy face though. So what we're gonna do is like you get on your side of the screen, right? And we're gonna go like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna put our profile pictures like right here.
Like this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'm gonna put the title right underneath, okay? Okay, that's it. All right.
No way, no way we just took a thumbnail, dude.
All right, peace
Oh
guys. Thanks
God.
for watching.
Peace out.